Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are starting our new topic 16, and the lesson 1 covers Understand Perimeter. So we've been working with area in the past, and if we were talking about area, we would be looking at counting how many unit squares fill the inside of a shape. But with perimeter, we're looking at the unit lengths on the outside of the shape. So let's look at our problem at the top. Troy made a drawing of his garden. Each square in the grid below has a side length of 1 foot. Find the distance around Troy's garden. Then use grid paper to draw a different garden shape that has the same distance around. Right now we're going to focus on the first part of this problem, and we're going to find the distance around Troy's garden. So when we are looking at perimeter, we're counting the lengths of each unit. This is called a unit length or a unit segment. So it gets tricky when you have a corner. So watch carefully as I count the lengths. I'm going to put a dot right here so I know that's where I begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So when I count the unit segments or unit lengths, I see that it is 18 unit lengths. Now I have to look at my measurement because it told me that each side length was 1 foot. So my perimeter, P for perimeter, equals 18 feet. So for this garden shape, the perimeter measurement is 18 feet. Let's go ahead and turn it over. Now when I look at the back, it's going to talk about different types of shapes that we could find the perimeter for. Let's start by reading our problem. Gus wants to put up a fence to make a dog park. He made 2 different designs. What is the perimeter of each dog park? Which design should Gus use? The distance around a figure is its perimeter. That's our vocabulary for this unit. The perimeter of the dog park needs to be at least 30 feet. So by reading this, we know that one of these shapes must be 30 feet or greater because it says it must be at least 30 feet. So to determine the measurement of the perimeter for each of these, they're going to show us a couple of different ways. One way, you can find perimeter by counting unit segments. Once again, when we're counting our unit segments, we're counting the space from one point to the next. And when I look right here, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I can see that the perimeter around this shape is 34 feet. I know it's feet because it says the scale telling me from one line to the next is equal to 1 foot. So 34 is greater than 30. Gus could use this design for the dog park. Now let's look at another way to find the perimeter of a shape. We can add the lengths of the sides to find the perimeter. So when we're adding the lengths of the side, I see that we have, and I'm going to get another piece of paper right here, we have 6, plus 3. And I know that 6 plus 3 is 9. And then I've got 9, so 9 plus 9 is 18. And then I'm going to add 7. Oh, but I look and I can see I've got 7 and 3, and I know that 7 and 3 together make 10. So I could say 18 plus 10. And 1 plus 1 is 2. I can see that the perimeter of this dog park design is only 28 feet. And 28 is less than 30. Gus could not use this design. If you want to, on your own, draw a design down here, you may, or perhaps we'll just go ahead and draw one quickly. Draw a different dog park design that Gus could use. Find the perimeter of your design. Remember, our dog park design has to be 30 feet or greater. So let's say I'm going to make my dog park like this. Erase the word overlapped. And let's say that this one is 12 feet long, and this side is 12 feet long, and this one is 8, and this one is 8. Would this dog park design work? Let's check, because remember, we can add the length of the sides, or we could count the unit segments. So I think I'm going to add the lengths, and I'm going to add these two, because it's much easier to add doubles. So I know 12 plus 12 is 24. And then I'm going to add the doubles on this side, and 8 plus 8 is 16. And now I just need to add 24 plus 16 together. 24 plus 16. 6 plus 4 is 10. 0 in the ones, 1 in the 10. 1, 2 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. So this dog park design is 40 feet. And 40 is greater than 30. So yes, I could use this dog park design. Perhaps you drew that one, or perhaps you drew a different design. Now let's look at the next page. Do you understand? What is the perimeter of the garden shown in the diagram below? And remember, from one line to the next is 1 foot. So I could count my lengths. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So the perimeter of this design is 18, and I know the unit of measure is feet, so it's 18 feet. Now, in exercise 1, how do you know what unit to use for the perimeter? Well, I have to look at the scale. The scale tells me that one length unit is 1 foot. I'm going to write that. The scale shows that one length unit is 1 foot. That's how I knew that it was feet that I needed to use for my perimeter unit of measure. Now for 3 and 4, it says find the perimeter. So I'm going to count. There's another way you could count too. You could just cross off the lines like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And what is my unit of measure? It's in inches. So this answer would be 16 inches. I guess I should put my P in front of that. Perimeter equals 16 inches. Well, how about down here? We can simply add. So I've got 8, 9, and 8. So 9 plus 8 is 17. I've got 8 and 16. So 16 plus 8 8 plus 6 is 14. That's right. 1 plus 1 is 2. And so I'm going to have to add my 17 plus my 24. 7 plus 4 is 11. 2, 3, 4. And I have one more number I have not added in yet. So I'm going to take that 41 plus my 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. 4 plus 0 is 4. So my answer is 48. And what is my unit of measure? Feet. So my perimeter equals 48 feet. So down on 5 through 7, we're simply finding the perimeter. So remember, I can count my unit length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So what is my unit of measure? It's meters. So my perimeter equals 38 meters. Remember, we could do the cross-off technique as well. So I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got to be careful on those corners. Make sure you count both of them. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So the perimeter for this one is 28, and my unit of measure is inches, 28 inches. And then here they've given us side length, so we can add those together. Well, I know that 4 plus 6 is 10. Oh, and I know that 6 plus 6 is 12, so 10 plus 12 is 22. Oh, and you know what? I already know that 8 plus 4 is 12, so I've got 22 plus 12. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. My unit of measure is meters, so my perimeter equals 34 meters. Now remember, you could add each individual number, which is what I did. I just joined a couple because I knew quickly what their total was, what their sum was. Now number 8 on the grid below, draw a figure with a perimeter of 20 units. So I can come right here and I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, I gotta have 20, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, look, it kind of looks like a top hat. I have 20, so my perimeter equals 20. And now my unit of measure is just units here because it's not given me a standard unit of measure. Now, we could have made many different designs here to have our perimeter. This is just one example. Turn your paper over. Now back here on the back, we're going to jump down here to number 10. Janie put this sticker on his notebook. What is the perimeter of the sticker? Remember what we have to do when they've given us the measurements of each side? That's right, we're going to add them together. So I'm going to start with this 6 plus 6. What's 6 plus 6? It's 12. And then I've got 11 plus 11. I know that 11 plus 11 is 22, so I've got 12 plus 22. 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 2 is 3, and I've got one more measurement to add in, which is 5. So I have 34 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9, 3 plus 0 is 3. So my unit of measure is centimeters, so my perimeter equals 39 centimeters. Look right over here. It says, what is the perimeter of the shape below? This time we've got a nice standard shape, and it's got the unit of measurements on the side. So we can count our units of measure. So let's see, I think I'll start with this. Now this is a little bit confusing. You see you have a number here and a number here. Remember I told you we have to add these corners. So this number represents this side, and this 2 centimeters represents this short little side. So don't let it confuse you. This one is for the long length down, but the 2 centimeters goes for that short length across. So let's start with 2 plus 6. I like to circle my numbers when I add them, so I know that I have already added them. So 2 plus 6 is 8, and then I have another 8. 8 plus 8 is 16, and then I have a 12. 16 plus 12, 6 plus 2 is 8, 1 plus 1 is 2, is 28, and then I have a 6. 28 plus 6, 8 plus 6 is 14, carry my 1 to the tens column, 1 plus 2 is 3. And then we have this last little part, and it did not come out very well, it doesn't look like. So let me go ahead and help you out, because I can see it in my teacher's guide. This number should be a 6. Should be a 6 right there. So 34 plus 6, 4 plus 6 is 10. Bring your 1 to the tens column, 1 plus 3 is 4. So the perimeter equals 40 centimeters. Oh, and I do see why that's not written clearly. It's they're wanting you to see that they did not give us that number on purpose. What it is they wanted you to see that if this was drawn across here and this one is 6 and this total side is 12, and if this part was 6, then we would have to know that that part would also be 6. That was a little tricky, but not too tricky for us. We figured it out. Now let's look right here at the higher order thinking. I think it's important for us to cover this one. It says the perimeter of this trapezoid is 40 inches. What is the length of the missing side? We almost had we did have a missing length right here, so I think we can figure this out down here as well. The sides that we do know is there's an 8 and an 8. I'd like to add those first. What's 8 plus 8, boys and girls? That's right, 16. So 8 plus 8 is 16. I'm going to add that 7 in. 16 plus 7. 6 plus 7 is 13. 3 in my ones, 1 in the tens. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, how are we going to figure out the length of this side? If you said we're going to subtract 40 minus 23, you are absolutely right. Let's do that right now. So 40 minus 23. I cannot take 3 away from 0, so I'm going to come to my tens, cross out my 4, take one of those tens, that leaves 3. Bring that 10 to the ones column, 0 plus 10 is 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. So the length of the missing side is 17 inches, is the missing side length. Did you get that one, boys and girls? I thought you probably would. And then finally at the bottom, Mr. Karas needs to find the perimeter of the patio shown at the right. What is the perimeter of the patio? Remember what we're going to do? That's right, we're simply adding the lengths of all the sides. Let's see, let's start with 14 plus 10. Remember, you can start anywhere you want. You can group together any of your numbers that you want. I just like to circle them when I do add them, so remember, I don't forget. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 1 is 2. So far I've got 24. Now I'm going to add 7. So 24 plus 7. 4 plus 7 is 11. 1 in the ones, 1 in the tens. 1 plus 2 is 3. Now I think I'll add that 14. 31 plus 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. I'm at 45, but I'm not finished because I have one more side length of 9. So 45 plus 9. 5 plus 9 is 14. 4 in my ones, 1 in my tens. 1 plus 4 is 5. So the perimeter equals 54. And what's my unit of measure? Yards. So I come over to my multiple choice and I find 54 yards. So my answer is D, 54 yards. Now, let's take a look at what your homework is going to be. So we are looking at our homework, practice 16-1, and we are going to be working numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Turn your page over. And then on the back, you're going to be working number 7, number 11, and 13. 7, 11, and 13. All right, boys and girls, I hope you have fun adding your sides to find the perimeter of these shapes.